Good morning, everyone. Let us go ahead with our today's class. Before I start the class today, let me remind you all that in my previous class, I had already completed a chapter with you, and the chapter it was The Enchanted Pool. The question answers and the notes I will be providing it to you later. So today we are going to start a new chapter, and it is a poem for you. Topic is the hero, page number 55. Before I start the poem, let me remind you that something it has been asked here to you on the top of the poem. There are a few questions here which is asked to you, and the questions are: when you were younger, what heroic deeds did you imagine yourself doing? It is quite natural when the children, when they are young, each and every child, various kind of questions it comes to their mind, and various kind of imaginations do it come to their mind too. And the imagination especially which it comes to the minds of the little kids are the performances and activities of the heroic deeds which makes them to feel very brave, isn't it? These are the quite natural thoughts and imagination which it generally comes to the mind of the little kids. Why do young children imagine performing heroic deeds? What is the reason behind it? Why do they remember all those heroic deeds and the performances of the heroic deeds? This is a kind of question it arises to everyone. And here in this poem too, the poem The Hero, which is written by Rabindranath Tagore, when he was a small kid, what were the various imaginations that it came to his mind, and how he performed those heroic deeds, in what way he was able to perform those activities like a hero, isn't it? So these are the things and the points that we are going to discuss and understand through the lines in the poem. So now I am going to read out the lines. The lines are very simple. If you will follow them when I read it out, it will be quite easy for you to understand. Here it goes, the poem. Mother, let us imagine we are traveling. Rabindranath Tagore himself is a small boy. One day he is having a travel with his mother and passing through a strange and dangerous country. At the moment, during the course of their travel, both of them, the mother and the son, along with their companies, they were now at the moment passing through a strange type of country which was dangerous too. You are riding in a palanquin and I am trotting by you on a red horse. Mother was carried in a palanquin. Palanquin, you know, all of you very well. In earlier times, whenever those occasions, especially in the time of the marriage ceremonies, in those times vehicles were not available, so the brides used to be carried in the palanquins. Structures made of curtains or canvas or wood, you know. So in those type of structures, those were called as palanquin. They used to be carried. Today the mother is also traveling in such type of a palanquin, whereas he himself is riding in a horse which is red in color. It is evening and the sun goes down. At this moment when they were having their course of travel, already the evening was approaching and the sun was going down. The west of Joradigi, west here it means barren or bare land, is called here as west. The place called Joradigi. Okay, the name of the place is Joradigi. The west of Joradigi lies Van. Van means very dark and gloomy. It was looking like and grey before us. The land is desolate and barren. Not only it was dark and gloomy, but also it was desolate, very lonely and barren, infertile. You know, such type of land, the place where at the moment they were all traveling ahead in the course of their journey. You are frightened and thinking, I know not where we have come to. This is the kind of statement made by the child, the son. You know, maybe mother, you may be thinking, you may be feeling maybe very afraid and not easy and feeling comfort, because you might be thinking that which place we have arrived, what type of territory is this, what are the various things that we are going to face across. Several types of thoughts might be coming to your mind. Maybe because of that you might be very frightened at the moment. You are frightened and thinking, I know not where we have come to. I say to you, mother, do not be afraid, and I am here with you. Mother, you need not to get afraid. I am always with you. I am here to assist you, to support you, to guard you, and to protect you. You need not to get afraid. This is how the son gives full support and comfort to the mother by saying so. The meadows in prickly with spiky grass, and though it runs a narrow broken path. This is the type of path they were at the moment traveling ahead. The meadows means the plain surface, the surface of the land which is covered by soft sweet green grasses. The meadows is prickly with spiky grass. It was covered with prickly spiky grass. Spiky means looking like thorns. Grass grown which were almost looking like thorns, very sharp thorns looking like. But actually these were all grass growing on the surface of the land. Such type of region at the moment they were traveling ahead, and through it runs a narrow broken path. In the middle of those meadows, a small broken path it was, through which they were all traveling ahead. There are no cattle to be seen in the wide field. Nothing could be seen ahead. No cattle at all grazing in that meadow. Very peaceful atmosphere and lonely and silent place. Nothing could be seen at all. Such a type of place it was, where at the moment they were all traveling ahead in the course of their journey. They have gone to their village stalls. Why it was looking so? Because almost all the cattle, those who were used to be found earlier grazing in those meadows, at the moment they had already gone back to their houses. They had been already sent to their houses, and at the moment they were all taking shelter into their sheltering places. They have gone to their village stalls. It grows dark and dim on the land and sky. Evening had been already approaching. Everywhere the dim light only could be seen. The land and the sky was looking dim because of the setting of the sun. Everywhere the darkness was slowly and gradually it was approaching. The light was now getting fainter and fainter bit by bit. It grows dark and dim on the land and sky, and we cannot tell where we are going at the moment. They were unable to decide, they were unable to make sure that where they were going ahead in their journey. Suddenly you call me and ask me in a whisper. Instantly, in the right moment, the mother happens to ask to the son in a whispering voice, in a very soft voice. She happens to ask, what light is that near the bank? What is that light which I can see just near the bank of the river? Just then there bursts out a fearful yell. Instantly, no sooner this was asked by the mother, suddenly a kind of strange thing it happened over there. Just then there burst out a fearful way, a kind of very dangerous type of yell or cry it was happened to be heard there. And figures came running towards to us, and suddenly different types of figures. They were not able to make it out what type of figures they were at all, but they were all trying to rush towards to them, approach towards to them, and attack towards to them. This is a kind of very fearful sight that they were able to notice at the moment in this particular situation when they were going ahead in the course of their journey. You sit crouched in your palanquin and repeat the names of the gods in prayer. In this type of terrible situation which they were facing at the moment, in this particular time, what does the boy, the young boy who is no other than Rabindranath Tagore himself, when he was very young, he tries to make his mother quite feel very relaxed, not to get worried, and he just tries to make her to understand and keep on remembering the name of the gods and keep on doing the prayers by staying itself inside that palanquin where at the moment she was sitting. The bearers, here the bearers are referred to whom? Those palanquin bearers, those who were carrying the palanquin. They were also very afraid in this type of terrible situations when they were attacked by such type of unknown figures. They were trembling. They were shaking in terror because of the fear. They were shaking and trembling, hide themselves in the thorny bush. They ran and went behind the bushes and tried to hide themselves behind those bushes which were nearby the roadsides. I shout to you, don't be afraid, mother, I am here. Once again, the young boy shouts to the mother, I am here with you, mother, you don't have to worry, don't get afraid, I am here with you. This is how the boy likes to make the mother feel comfort. With long sticks in their hands and hair all wild about their heads, those opponents, those who came to attack, how they do look like? They were holding long sticks in their hand and their hair everywhere scattered all around their heads and running towards to them in wild in nature. This is how they looked like when the young boy Rabindranath Tagore he notices towards to them. They came nearer and nearer. Okay, I shout, have a care. Then he happens to shout towards to them. The boy happens to gives them a kind of shout. Have a care, you villains. Okay, have a care. Here it means be careful, you all enemies, you villains. You just don't try to come towards to us and do anything harm to us. Otherwise, you will also going to repent for this. This is how he tries to warn them, those who were coming towards to them to attack them. Have a care, you villains, one step more and you are dead men. If you step forward one more step, then you are going to be killed. This is how the boy warns them, threatens them and cautions them so that they will not come ahead. They give another terrible yell and rush forward. One more time, those all the opponents, they made another yell, cry, shout and came forward and rushed forward. You clutch my hand and say, dear boy, for heaven's sake, keep away from them. The mother's heart, after all, she is always feeling worried for her child. What will happen? If anything will happen to my child, how I will bear this? How I will resist this? If anything harm is brought to my child, how I will feel? What will be my condition? How can I see with my eyes my child getting harmed? These are the thoughts that come to the mind, and that is why what she do? I say, dear boy, for heaven's sake, keep away from them. My dear boy, my dear child, just you keep away from them. They look very dangerous. They have got sticks in their hand. They may harm you. You just try to stay away from them. I say, mother, just you watch me. But instead of listening to the mother's words, here the young boy wants to show his heroic deed. He wants to prove himself that he is not lesser than a hero. He also can have a good fight with them, tackle with them, and can overcome in this particular situation, which he wanted to show this right to his in front of his mother and prove himself that he is also not lesser than a hero. That is why he says so. What he say? I say, mother, just you watch me. Then I spur my horse for a wild gallop. By saying this much, instantly the boy happens to make his horse galloping ahead. Galloping means to gallop means to make quick jumps, gallop ahead towards to them. And my sword and buckler and his sword and his shield, buckler is the shield, clash against each other. The fight becomes so fearful, mother, that it would give you a cold shudder. Could you see it from your palanquin? In this way, the fight between these two sides, the boy, the young boy and the opponent side, was so terrible. It was so fearful that everyone, those who were able to see those fight, could really admire that how bravely the boy might have fought that fight. The boy had tackled with those opponents and fought with them with full of spirit and with full of valor. This is what a kind of fight it was seen right in front here. The mother was also able to witness this. The mother was also able to realize this, how brave that his son was, how talented that his son was in this field of battle. This is how young boy Rabindranath Tagore had faced this situation and had come across and given a good response to these people, those who had come ahead to attack towards to them during the time of their journey. Okay? The fight becomes so fearful, mother, that it would give you a cold shudder. Could you see it from your palanquin? This is a type of question which the young boy wants to ask to the mother. Many of them fly, so many opponents, many of them, they ran away from there, and a great number are cut to pieces. Many of them were slid down, cut into pieces. I know you are thinking, sitting all by yourself, that your boy must be dead by this time. In the meantime, one more point that here the young boy wants to make in front of the mother, that because of this terrible fight which was going between the young boy as well as those attackers, that mother might be thinking, by this much of the time maybe my boy might have already got injured and got finished. This is a type of thought, that imagination and the feeling that it might be arising inside yourself, isn't it, mother? This is what the young boy likes to ask this question to his mother. I know you are thinking, sitting all by yourself, that your boy must be dead by this time, but I come to you all stained with blood. But you see, mother, I am right in front of you. Nothing has caused any harm to me. Nobody has been able to bring any harm to me. Instead, I have slid down them all. I have finished them all. Some of them have ran away. And at this moment, how do the boy look like? His entire body was now looking, it was covered by blood everywhere. But I come to you all stained with blood and say, mother, the fight is over now. And my dear mother, you see, I have become victorious. I have won this fight, and your boy, your son, is right in front of you here. You see, how was the fight, mother? The fight is over now. I think you might have enjoyed this fight with your own eyes. This is what the boy meant to say, to tell to his mother, which about those fight which had gone before her. You come out and kiss me, pressing me to your heart, and you say to yourself, now you can come out and show your love and affection towards to me by pressing me to your heart, by kissing me, and you can do as much, show your love towards to me now, because your son has overcome. Your son has become winner, your son has become the victorious, so you can come outside and you can show your love towards to me. I don't know what I should do if hadn't my boy to escort me. So here the mother likes to tell that I don't know what I should do if hadn't my boy to escort me. If my boy was not there to escort me, to lead me, to protect me, what it would might have happened, this I am not able to imagine at all. This is what the reaction of the mother. It was seen at the moment. 1,000 useless things happen day after day. Here the things it is revealed that every day, every time, thousands of things, thousands of incidents, it happened every day by day. And why couldn't such a thing come true by chance? Why this type of happenings, why this type of situation doesn't come true by chance? These are all imagination, I think all you are able to understand. Who is making all this type of imagination? The young boy, that is no other than Rabindranath Tagore, when once upon a time when he was young. All this type of imagination that it was coming to his mind, the heroic imagination, the performances which he had done in such situation, the heroic deeds, the performances of like a hero which he might have done in those times, a kind of imagination that it was coming to his mind.